Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Deshola with Edmunds. Full-size trucks are some of the most competitive spots in the automotive marketplace, and today I'm here with one of the old dogs in the game, the 2021 Toyota Tundra SR5. So we're out here at the Edmunds test track, and we're gonna see how it stands up against its competition. I'm gonna let you know what's good about it, what's not so good about it, if you should even consider it, and more importantly, if you should spend your money on it, because look, we know you work hard for your money. At Edmunds, we painstakingly test and review hundreds and hundreds of cars each year, while CarMax experts appraise, buy, and sell thousands and thousands. So we decided, hey, why not combine our testing knowledge with CarMax's experience to help you make the right choice on your next truck? All right, but before we get into the video, do us a favor and like and subscribe. Plus, I want you to comment below what you think about the Tundra. Also, there's a lot about trucks that we can't get into in this video, so please click the link in the description for an in-depth article. This Tundra is part of the second generation that was launched in 2007 to much acclaim. But in terms of the half-ton truck battlefield, it's old. Amongst the big three since the Tundra debuted in 2007 is the Ford F-150, which has been redesigned 3 times, the Chevy Silverado 2 times, and the Ram 1500 redesigned twice. The Tundra has been continuously updated throughout its lifespan, with a major refresh happening way back in 2014. So it's been a while, but you know, there's still a few spots on the Tundra that shine a little bit. But the competition has simply evolved way past what this current platform offers. So throughout the video, we're gonna highlight where it excels and where it falls behind its competition. Since it's been around for such a long time, it's been offered in a lot of different trims, configurations, and special editions. But for the sake of this video, we're just gonna focus on the 2020 through 2021 model years. It's available in 6 trims, from the base SR up to the off-road beast, the TRD Pro, and the luxury Focus 1794 edition. There are 3 bed lengths available and 2 cab configurations available also. Plus, it's offered in 2 or 4-wheel drive. On average, CarMax sells the 2020 through 2021 Toyota Tundras for about $48,000, depending on things like the trim level, mileage, options, and other factors. To me, a truck consists of 3 main ingredients: the cargo, the cab, and the engine. So let's take a look at all 3 of those, starting with the beating heart of anybody's truck, the engine. The Tundra has been offered with 3 engine choices during the second generation, but ever since 2020, Toyota said, you know what? You're only gonna get one. This big and burly 5.7-liter V8 engine that we have right here. This is a big engine, and it puts out near top-of-the-line power numbers compared to the big 3. But here's the thing. The Tundra's never been offered with a diesel, and like many aspects of this truck, we actually look at this V8 engine as a downside due to the truck's old design. Contemporary competitors develop modern power plants and a broader number of outputs to meet consumer needs. In fact, for 2021, the same model year as this truck, the F-150 offers 5 engines plus a hybrid, while the Silverado has a turbo diesel along with 4 gas motors. The Ram also has 4, including a mild hybrid and a diesel. The Tundra's power numbers do look good on paper, but at the end of the day, it's just really inefficient. In terms of EPA estimates, the Tundra gets some of the lowest numbers in its class. An EPA estimated 14 miles per gallon combined is bested by comparable contemporaries from Ram and Chevrolet, and absolutely trounced by the crop of modern V6 engines across the competitive board. A big reason for this efficiency gap is that the competition's engines are complemented with equally modern transmissions. This dated 6-speed in the Tundra is just no match. But hey, there is a big optional 38-gallon tank to help mitigate the number of stops needed, so there's that. Power is only good if it's put to constructive use. Some standard features on the Tundra include a tow hitch receiver, a 4- and 7-pin connector, and it also has an integrated trailer brake. If you ask me, those are some nice features. The Tundra can tow a highly impressive 10,200 pounds when properly equipped, but again, the competition wins because they can tow more, plus they offer a variety of optional axle ratios. But hey, there is a silver lining for the Tundra. The off-road focused TRD Pro trim still maintains the maximum tow capacity, while the comparable Ford Raptor gets smoked at the shameful 8,200 pounds towing capacity. So if you're towing all your toys out for a Dirt Fest weekend and enjoying your truck on the trails at the same time, the TRD Pro is a bright spot for the Tundra lineup. There are 3 lanes of truck beds available depending on which trim and/or which cab you're looking at, but more than likely you'll probably end up with a 5.5-foot bed. This Crew Max version that we had actually only comes with a 5.5-foot bed, so keep that in mind. Maximum payload is about 1,700 pounds, so that's a whole lot you can throw back here for those weekend projects. Now I'm ready to see what this truck can do, so let's go take a look inside. So here on the track, it's fine. But once you get out on the city roads, you can definitely tell how massive this thing is. You know what it kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of a U-Haul. And I know that kind of sounds funny, but it really does. One, it sounds like a U-Haul, and I even think that it kind of drives like one too. So I've been driving this truck for the past few days, and when I tell you I had a problem parking everywhere, I mean everywhere. Like I could not find parking at the grocery store, at the mall, and I even couldn't even park in my parking garage. So I just tell you all of this to say, if you are considering buying one of these, you really need to have a place to park it. Like, really. Because it would suck to buy one and not have anywhere to park. I even looked it up, and this Crew Max cab is bigger than a standard Suburban. I'm like, what is bigger than a standard Suburban? That is crazy to me. Thankfully, forward visibility is good, but there is a huge blind spot over both shoulders, so that's something you want to keep in mind. When it comes to driver aids, the Tundra comes standard with adaptive cruise control, automated emergency braking, and lane departure monitoring. And like most Toyota products we've tested, we found that some of these systems are just a little too sensitive. But you know, like I always say, I guess I'd rather have it be too sensitive than not sensitive enough. So while the V8 is definitely inefficient at the pump, this thing has got plenty of power when you're trying to get on the freeway or when you're trying to pass somebody up. I am telling you, listen to this. Oh, shoot, listen to that howl. Wow, this thing moves. I love that. But if you want that, you're definitely gonna have to put it all the way down to see what it really can do. So overall, the ride quality on the Tundra is just okay. During our testing, our editors found that the suspension is just stiff and unforgiving. It seems to be geared towards having a payload in the bed to settle everything down. Trucks have been rapidly trending towards everyday family vehicles, and their ride quality has definitely gotten much better. These trucks do a better job at everyday comfort, whether they've got things in the bed or not. The Ram 1500 in particular has an impressively smooth ride for a full-size truck. So we should probably talk about the elephant in the room, especially because we could probably fit one in here. This is the Crew Max cab, and when I tell you this thing is massive, I mean this thing is massive. Like, this is a big truck, and I really like it. Even though it's dated inside, it's definitely at the top of the class when it comes to space. So while you'll be really happy about the leg room, you may feel a certain kind of way about all the plastic in here, because when I tell you plastic, I mean plastic, plastic. Even the steering wheel is plastic. Like, they couldn't put a leather wrap steering wheel? I mean, come on, Toyota. So there's that. You may feel, not happy about it, but again, we have to keep in mind that this is the SR5 trim, which is only one trim above the base model. So if you're looking for a nicer feel inside, you should probably check out the Platinum trim or the 1794 edition. So not much has really changed since the redesign back in 2014, and that was 8 years ago. So, yeah. So the base SR trim comes with the 7-inch touchscreen standard, but as you move up in trims, you get an 8-inch touchscreen like this one we have in here. For 2020 models and up, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard. The factory voice controls for music and phone calls work well, but only under a very specific menu structure. The system doesn't really respond well to casual language. So here in the center armrest, you've got 2 cup holders and a few places to keep, little knickknacks and things that you need. But the magic really happens when you pull this thing up. You've got a bench seat. I mean, come on, when's the last time you've seen a bench seat? It kind of reminds me of your grandfather's truck. But you can get optional bucket seats, and those are actually what you'll find in the majority of the Tundras. But these are fine. Speaking of space, The back seats do actually flip up, which is really nice because that's where you can store a lot of items that you don't want to leave in the bed. So, you're probably looking at me right now like, so why should I even consider this generation of Tundra? Well, it offers a ridiculous amount of space in the Crew Max cab, a robust V8, plus the TRD Pro is a half step above its off-road competition. And yes, I know the design is definitely old, but at the end of the day, it's still a solid, traditional, full-size pickup truck that isn't a part of the mainstream Big Three. So hey, you'll stand out. Just know that you're not gonna get the best EPA estimates, the refinement, or the creature comforts that some of its contemporaries offer. Now, if you're okay with all that, then this Tundra is definitely worth a look. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching our video. Please make sure to like and subscribe to the CarMatch YouTube channel. Plus, if you want more information about this Tundra, click the link in the description below.